Types of quadrilaterals. A quadrilateral is a polygon with exactly 4 sides. Remember, polygons are closed figures with at least 3 straight sides. A quadrilateral is what you call a 4-sided polygon. There are several different types of quadrilaterals. This one is called a trapezoid. A trapezoid is a quadrilateral with only one pair of opposite parallel sides. When we look at this shape, we see that the top and bottom sides are parallel, but the left and right sides are not parallel. If we were to continue those sides on, they would eventually cross. This shape is called a parallelogram. A parallelogram is a quadrilateral with 2 pairs of opposite parallel sides. The top and bottom sides of this shape are parallel, and so are the left and right. Parallelograms can then be broken down into 2 different shapes. A rhombus is a parallelogram with congruent, which just means equal, sides. Remember, we often use a little line like this to show that the sides are the same length or congruent. Parallelograms can also be rectangles. A rectangle is just a parallelogram with 4 right angles. So what is a square? A square is a rectangle because it's a parallelogram with right angles. But it's also a rhombus because it has congruent sides. Let's review. Quadrilaterals are polygons with 4 sides. They can be broken down into trapezoids and parallelograms. Parallelograms can then be broken into rhombus and rectangle. And then a square is like all of these shapes together. It's a rhombus, it's a rectangle, it's a parallelogram, it's a quadrilateral. Quadrilaterals can have more than one name. These are all quadrilaterals because they have 4 sides. We can also call them trapezoids because they're quadrilaterals with one pair of opposite parallel sides. These are all quadrilaterals because once again they have 4 sides. But we can also call them parallelograms because they have 2 pairs of opposite parallel sides. These shapes are all quadrilaterals because they have 4 sides. They're also parallelograms because once again they have 2 pairs of opposite parallel sides. But we can also call them rhombus because they all have congruent or equal side lengths. These shapes are all quadrilaterals because they have 4 sides. They're parallelograms because they have 2 pairs of opposite parallel sides. And we can call them rectangles because they have right angles. And a square is a quadrilateral because it has 4 sides. It's also a parallelogram because it has 2 pairs of opposite parallel sides. It's also a rhombus because it has congruent sides. And it's a rectangle because it has right angles. All of these things together make a square. And all of these shapes can also be called polygons because a polygon is just a closed figure with 3 or more straight sides.